Hi y'all. Hope you guys are doing well. So today is Thursday, whatever. So I got paid yesterday, so I think today's the 16th. So yeah, you guys, I just wanted to stop in and say yes, I'm going back to Amazon. So yesterday I went in and did my drug test. Uh, Finished out the I-9. What else? They still have my stuff on file, obviously. You figure I was just there a couple months ago at Amazon. So I actually will be going back to the same place, the sortation center, and working the same shift. I like the wrap down crew. It's super chill. I mean, the whole thing is super chill regardless, but I like that one because you do get to walk a little bit more. Excuse me, you guys. I've been dealing with COVID. Like, I knew it wasn't just my sinuses because I'm like, yo, this past Saturday, I was coughing just the whole day at work. A whole day. Sunday, I woke up, my throat was on fire. I'm like, yeah, no. And I had the chills on Sunday. I was just down for the count. It wasn't bad, but I was like, this is not just allergies. So yeah, I took a test, but I had like an expired test. I took it anyways. It came up immediately COVID. And then I was like, let me get a newer test that's not expired. Sure enough, it came up as COVID. I figured much because I'm like, yeah, this is not right, or it could have been the flu, right? So, but anyways, that's what I've have. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know I did stop into Amazon. I filled out the application, obviously, online. And it's funny because your girl, as I mentioned, just recently I started looking for that location, right? In Ashland. I've been looking for that location. The only things that were popping up was the fulfillment center. And I'm like, I don't want to do fulfillment. I want to do the sortation. So, anyways, one day, and as I mentioned, it hasn't been popping up. I'm like, if it's meant to be, it will show up for me eventually. I'm thinking like Prime Day is coming up soon, probably, because I'm like, it's seasonal. I will say this: it's seasonal. It's gonna be part time. Um, I'll be making 18.50 an hour. It's 16.50 an hour, but because of the night shift, it's an extra $2 in premium pay. And I think because of how long I've been, with Amazon in total, I think I get an extra dollar of pay. So I think I'll be at 19.50 an hour. What else? So yeah, I did that yesterday. Oh, so anyways, on my lunch break, it was like a while, last week sometime, and I was like, I plug in the zip code, and sure enough, they had this site with a whole bunch of shifts available. And I'm like, oh, let me see. Because you guys know I now work a 10-hour shift at my regular job, which is cool. It's been really good because I usually wake up early in the morning, anyways, because of Honey wakes me up early. So I was like, okay, working early is not a bad thing for me, seeing that I'm already up. So that's a plus, and plus I get an extra day off per week. So yeah, the 10-hour shifts have been good for me. But anyways, on the lunch break, I was like, oh, let me punch this in, and sure enough, I'm like, ooh, let me apply. So I had to go through the list of different ones because I'm like, I don't want to overdo it. One thing I don't want to do is overdo it. But then I was like, I have to look at the days, Yes, it is the overnight shift, but I want them to correspond with the days that I have off. So yeah, I got one that's gonna be suitable for me. So I'm excited about that. Um, so yeah, you guys, I will be doing that. I don't know how long I'll be doing it for. I got to get my money up. To be honest, you guys, it's crazy because my savings, not my rent savings, this is my regular savings, you guys. It's down to like 1,000. It was up to like 1,000 500 because this past paycheck I was able to save up 300, but then somebody reached out and they needed some money, so I sent them some money. I should be getting that back next week. You know, everybody needs help. Everybody needs help. I'm happy that I'm there to help people. Um, but at the same time, like, I need to build up my savings. And as I mentioned, this is not strictly just for that either. It is going to help, but I do want to get out the house. I get really, I can get in my feelings just being in a house a lot. And then I'm like, oh, I always have to take the girls with me. This is my mindset. I'm like, oh, I always got to take the girls with me wherever I go. But now it's getting hot out. So I'm like, if I can't bring them, I don't want to go. So yeah. But yeah, just taking one day at a time, y'all. One day at a time. I'm not like over excited about working at Amazon. I'm happy to be going back though. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, this is me. This is me. No, I'm happy to be going back. We'll see how everything is. I will say this. Let me tell you guys about my car. Yeah, I'm done with that mechanic shop, you guys. I'm done with that shop. So, anyways, you guys know my airbag light for the driver's side is on. So it only came on when the battery died, right? And I went in, they got the battery, then oh, it's the alternator. Got that stuff done. The light is still on. So, you know, last week I told the guy, I said, you know what, I'm gonna drive it, see what happens, right? So I drove it, me and the girls, you guys seen, we went on that little bit of a longer ride. And when I got back in the car, the light went off. Okay. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then as I was coming back in the city, I turned a corner and the light came back on. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, it's a sensor. It's got to be a sensor. But the guy kept trying to clear the sensor, but it just kept coming back on. But I'm like, why would it have turned off on me? And then, you know, come back on later. So right now it's been back on. I went into the shop yesterday. I'm like, hey, you know, I told him, I said, this only came on when the battery alternator issue. And they took the car in the back. There was an older gentleman, more, I guess more seasoned. He's like, he came back, the guy from the front desk came back with the outcome, and they said it was like a coil. It's something. It's gonna be like $600. I'm like, yeah, no, nope, not gonna happen. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's a sensor. So basically, it's like what they're trying to say is something like in the steering wheel that needs to be replaced for like the airbag. It's like a sensor, or something like that. And I'm like, I don't have, um, I don't have my inspection until March of next year. I'm pretty sure, you guys, I have to get that looked at by inspection time. But I think I'm done with that place, you guys. I think I'm so done with that place. Now I will say this. I know I got a lot of stuff done back in November. Some of that stuff was because of me, because you guys know my car, when it's being funny, I get my car looked at. I know there was like probably two out of those thousands was me. You know, my steering just kept getting not bad, but like I told you guys the issue I was having, and I wanted to get it looked at. So I know that was like 1,000, and there was something else I wanted to get looked at as well, and that was probably like another 1,000. So out of it is things that not everything was needed, but there were some things that I wanted to get looked at because I know my car, and it just kept getting a little bit worse over time. So yeah, I'm like, this airbag thing, nah, we good. We are so good. So good. So yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know. That's what they said. And I'm thinking it's just a sensor. But I'm not worried about it, y'all. I'm not worried about it at all. I'm just like, yeah, I'm treating it like it's my TPMS light and my check engine light. But I know for purposes of next year, um, I may have to get that looked at, but I'm not going to go back to that shop. I'm done. I don't feel like my car needs anything else anyways. I plan on probably going to the other shop. Now, if I go to the other shop later on and they say it's the same thing, then I will feel comfortable with going back to my regular shop. But at this point, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm so good. But yeah, I'm not putting any more money into my car right now, not for until hopefully next year. I'm done. I'm so done. Oh, so yeah. So Amazon, yeah, you guys, I'm going back. I'm kind of like, I'm thinking about it. And I'm like, do I really want to go back? Because I really don't want to leave the house. Like, I'm not in a funk or anything, but I'm just like feeling like this is my comfort, and I just want to stay right here in my comfort zone. Um, but yeah, y'all. But I am happy to be going back. I am, because I really like it a lot. And yeah. Stop it. Stop. There's nothing even out there. So yeah, just wanted to let you guys know I won't be going back until like the end of this month anyways. But yeah, I'm not in a mood. I think it's probably because I'm sick. I'm sick. That I'm like drained out of my energy, like just completely, you know. I don't haven't been going anywhere, of course, but I just think it's because when I found the job, I'm like, oh, I was super excited. And then you figure over the weekend, I'm like, I don't feel good. And now I'm just like, I don't want to do anything. But yeah, we'll see how it all turns out. So right now my savings is like 1,300. I think once they give me back the money I gave them, somebody else has car repair. They weren't expecting, it to be, more expensive than they thought. Um, that's what I'm saying, you guys. It's so important to have a savings. And thing is with me, I live my life a certain way. I don't expect anybody else to live the same exact life. The people I, talk to, I'm like, yeah, it's important to have a savings, and it's because I care about them and I know how tough life can be. But I don't pass judgment when somebody needs something. I'm there. I'm not gonna be like, oh, this is why you need to have a savings. I'm like, see, savings will definitely help in these situations. But I'm happy I can be there for people, whether they need a shoulder to cry on, need to vent. Um, if I can help out financially, I'm there. I will say it's funny because I've helped so many people out financially, and it's crazy. It's so crazy that when people are in a good spot, they totally forget what you've done for them. And I don't hold anything against anybody, right? But it's weird. It's weird. Sometimes money affects friendships, it affects relationships. That's not the thing with me, because I will say this: when I give money out, I don't expect it back, because I know times are tough. Um but the thing is with me, when people borrow money or something like that, they don't think of it as being like, oh, I can't talk to her. She's going to be thinking that I'm like a bad person or I'm irresponsible. It's never like that with me. I will say I'm so happy that I'm me, you guys. I'm so happy that I'm me, that I don't pass judgment. I go with the flow. I'm me. I'm me regardless of everything. I feel like I'm a wonderful, beautiful person, inside and out. Um, and it reflects in the way I treat people. I treat people the way I want to be treated. And for the most part, people treat me well. People treat me well. Um, but yeah, you guys, I don't know. I don't know. And about like the work situation, right? Um, it's like it's one thing over another. Some people are like, yeah, we gotta get our money up. Some people are in their hustle mode right now. People know it's hard, and people are in their hustle mode. And then some people are just like, nah, you need to relax. So for me, it's like, yeah, I'm a hustle, but I'm gonna take. I know where my breaking point is. I know when I've had enough, and that's gonna be it. Um, I will say, like, even with my family, oh, they always tell me they're tired, right? And then they're doing overtime. Like, well, if you're tired, don't do overtime. But people got to get their money up, and that's so I understand where people come from. But when I'm ready to do something, I'm like, yeah, I got it. But I feel like for me, it's totally different than other people I care about. It's because they don't have a choice. And I'm like, man, I wish you didn't have to hustle. But everybody, we all have to do what we have to do. We got to get bills paid. We want to get ahead. I know for me, I got to get money saved up because you guys, something could come up. I got medication stuff coming up that costs money. We have insurance coming up that costs money. Everything costs money. And I'm like, my little $1,000 right now ain't gonna cover anything. So yeah, y'all. So we'll see. It may be a couple months, and we'll see. I always tell you guys that I won't be at Amazon too long, but it ends up being longer because I actually like working. I actually like working there. The group of people. It's not even just the group of people. I like what I do. I will say this. I went into the gym, y'all. I went into the gym. This is before I got sick. I went into the gym. That's probably where I caught it from, to be honest. Definitely probably where I caught it from. I think I went Thursday, and I think it was Thursday of last week. I went to the gym. I did 30 minutes on this one machine. It was really good. And then I did like 15 minutes on the treadmill. And then I was like, you know what, Candace? You got the highest gym membership. Go ahead and use the hydro machine. So I did that. I felt so good. And I did that as an early morning thing. It was like around 7 o'clock. It felt so good. And then later on, I'm like, here I am sick. So I've been like down and out. But that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, I'll get back to it. I just wanted to fill you guys in. I hope you guys are all doing well. I really do. Hope you guys are all doing well. I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to leave the house right now, you guys. Work has been good. I will say this. Work has been good. Work has been wonderful, actually. I'm so grateful for what I have, the job I have. Yeah, so let me tell you, so Jamez, and I feel like it's one thing or another, right? Some kids hustle. Like, I was a hustler. I'm like, I'm out there, I'm gonna get my money. Got a summer job which pays me thousands of dollars, got a regular job. I always got money coming in. That's how I've always been. There's a program and I get a stipend, I'm there. That's how I got my money saved up as a young kid. Enrolling in programs, they offer money. That's me. And here I am, I look at my son, and he doesn't even want to work his part-time, like, and this is what I know. For me, I don't try to be judgmental, but that's my son, right? That's my son. And he's like, I don't want to go to work. Mental. You have your mental days, and you're just like, I don't want to do anything. And I totally get it. But for me, I'm like, kid, one day you're gonna have to figure out how to keep pushing yourself. You're young. When you're on your own, like, I try to tell him, I'm like, when you are out on your own, you don't have a choice unless you have like sick days and stuff like that, and you could qualify for a short-term disability. That's why I'm like, dude, stay here as long as possible. We can be roommates, because when life hits, life be hitting, you guys. And I'm just like, you don't understand. Like, it's crazy out there. And to be somebody that deals with mental health, and I know he deals with his stuff, it's hard to sometimes push yourself to want to go. Once he goes there, it's okay. Sometimes his anxiety is just too high. And recently, he wanted to call out. He tried to use me as an excuse. He's like, well, my mom is sick. I wanted to be there for her. I'm like, what? You serious, Chavez? You're not even home half the time. You don't be trying to use me as an excuse. But anyways, his manager was like, oh, we're starting to see this as a pattern that you're trying to call out. And I'm like, yeah, John, And then it's like, they want me to do all these other things. They need to increase my pay. I'm like, that's not how work goes. That's not how work goes. You're helping. It's a team effort. No, I want to just do my one thing. I don't want to be helping everybody else out. And I'm like, where does this mentality come from? With youngsters, just with people in general. I watch, as I mentioned, I watch things, on YouTube. And of course, people do like reaction videos and stuff like that from like TikTok. And I'm just like, where does this entitlement come from? Where? Like, I'm trying to get ahead in the game. You know what I mean? I know what it takes to get ahead in the game. I'm not letting anybody else in my ear telling me what I should and shouldn't do. I got as far as I got because I know myself and I know where I'm trying to go, But yeah, I'm just like, I'm like, what? And I don't even, I'm not even rude about it, but I'm just like, you make more than other people at your job. So when somebody asks you for help, I'm going to ask for a raise? And I'm like, kid, you are in for a rude awakening. And then, like, calling out on days. I'm like, can you imagine if you actually had bills and you're calling out? Like, I don't know. He's the thing is, he's had some sick days, but I'm just like, poor kid. Because I will say, when I was younger, y'all, I pushed through everything, I hardly had days called out. I really did. I just kept pushing. I will say, I know now it's not the same. It's not the same. I think since the pandemic, everything has changed for a lot of people. People are just like, I'm not going to keep pushing. And then inflation on top of that, what you earn doesn't stretch as far. So you're like, you're working double for the same thing. It's kind of ridiculous. And I think, sometimes that can bring a person down too. It's just like, bump it. But not for me. I'm just trying to, keep afloat, keep on pushing, and get where I need to get to. My whole goal right now with Amazon is just to get up to $3,000. Anything above $3,000 in my savings obviously will start to go towards my car down payment. So that's slow and steady. But my car right now, y'all, I'm not putting any more money into it. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm just over it. But I think it's just really a sensor, and they're just trying to tell me it's something else. And I'm like, I don't think it's that, but it's whatever. I'm gonna try out a different mechanic shop. But yeah, I hope you guys are well. Just wanted to stop in and say hi. Just update y'all. I'm going back to Amazon, get this money up. Right now I'm not too excited about it, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm like, it's like a parole officer or something like that right there. But yeah, y'all, I'm excited to go back, but right now I'm just like, I don't want to leave the house for nothing. I don't want to go to the store. There's something I want to do. Like, I get my little burst of energy that I think is really because I'm sick right now. Then I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm so good. But yeah, y'all, I will talk to you guys soon. But I hope you guys are well. One more day to the weekend. I actually work Friday and Saturday, so, but for y'all, most of y'all work Monday through Friday, so you guys got one more day. Stay strong, and yeah, we'll talk soon. All right, bye.